Sri Matre Namah. Most of us have a misunderstanding that Sri Yantra is absolutely necessary to start Sri Vidya, or in Sri Vidya, Sri Yantra is compulsory. Actually, Sri Vidya is not limited to rituals. Of course, we do have rituals in Sri Vidya, but Sri Vidya ultimately leads to a lifestyle. And to get to that state of lifestyle, certain entities have to be worshipped. Again, not as external form. By worshipping the external form, we reform the energies in us. We remove certain malfunctioning. We eliminate certain malfunctioning of our system, and toxic elements will be removed, and impurities have to be removed. And that is what is happening internally. So, in Sri Vidya, Ganapati, Bala, Rajashamala, Varahi, Lalita. Of course, Guru also will be worshipped. These five entities, five energies need to be worshipped. We call it Upasana. So, by worshipping Ganapati, we don't need an icon. You just make a turmeric Ganapati, and that's it. Or focus on your Mooladhara and meditate with the mantra of Ganapati, and that meditation will remove the fear and doubt and establish focus and stability, which is a part of Sri Vidya. Is Sri Chakra here? No. Then comes Bala, and that should be meditated on Swadhisthana Chakra, and that removes or reduces the six enemies: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarya, anger, lust, greed, ego, high-handedness, hatred, etc. Then we meditate on Rajashamala at heart center, which will give control of senses, and we love our life, power of attraction towards our life, and the world will be attracted to you. You'll have a value, an auspicious fame. And next you worship Varahi at Ajna Chakra, which will protect you from negative thoughts in and out. If at all any residual energy is there, completely purify you. An ultimate protection is established by Varahi. And finally, Lalita, worshipping Lalita with Panchadashi mantra at Sahasrara, makes you be in union with that God's energy 24/7 and enjoy the bliss. So at this junction, in order to worship Lalita, you may get the Sri Yantra, because she is in the center Bindu, and the rest of the deities are distributed among the 8 Avaranas, totally 9 Avaranas. Here also, you don't get limited to the Sri Yantra, but by worshipping Sri Yantra, you get connected to your own self right from the foot. The first Avarana connected to the foot, the second Avarana connected to the waistline, and the rest of the Avaranas connected to the 7 chakras in your body. So at this juncture, you may need a Sri Yantra. Even then, my Guruji used to say, just you put a flower and then invoke that Sri Yantra or Navavarana Devatas and the mother with the mantra Hrik Chakrastam, Mantra Shushumnam, Padmadavi, Bhedan Kutlam, and then invoke the Shakti and then worship. It's not the form that is important. Many people think if your Sri Chakra is there, it will, it will protect you forever. No, it will transform you. By worshipping the Sri Chakra, you get a transformation. At one point, you don't need the icon anymore. That's the state which we are looking at Panchadashi level and Mahashodasi level. So, Sri Chakra will be useful at that stage, but without Sri Chakra, you cannot start Sri Vidya, is not a correct statement. To be frank with you, any icon, any ritual coming in as a part of Sri Vidya is only playing a temporary catalyst role, not actually taking part in the reaction. What is taking part is your own reformation, and that is finally established by the mantra with which you are doing the repetition. Sri Matra.